All right, hello everyone. I am trying out a new 4 power greater tribal deck for standard. The core behind the deck, or at least the top-down design, I suppose, would be Colossal Majesty. It's just a nice card advantage as long as I have literally any of my threats out. Um, Followed up by Goreclaw Terror of I don't even know the name of this card. Goreclaw Terror of Quell Sisma. Um, eh, its power is pretty obvious. It makes all of our threats a lot cheaper to cast, and it just pushes through damage. It's gonna invite removal. It's gonna be a removal magnet, but what are you gonna do? That's why we got 4 of them, and they're legendary. So uh, we'll we'll do our best to get one out at all times. Um, Beyond that, we have Adventure's Impulse to find our threats, find our lands in the mid game because the mana base is pretty. I don't want to say clunky, but could be better. So Adventure's Impulse kind of helps in the beginning of the game find the correct lands, and then later in the game it finds us our threats. Simple as that. The rest of our beginning game is pretty simple. Just ramp. Llanowar Elves Druid the Cowl to not die to Goblin Chain Whirler every time. Gift of Paradise for some life gain and some very much needed fixing. Gift of Paradise is kind of possibly one of the best cards in this deck. Then moving on to our threats, we have kind of a smattering here. Um, they look like they don't really maybe not work together that well, but the idea is that they're all very hard to kill. Rekindling Phoenix, one of the obvious and hardest to kill cards in the format. It's easy and it's much better for 2 mana, that's for sure. No Hide Ferox, again, a really tough one to kill. Also 6/6 for 2 green, 6/6 half proof for 2 green. Count me in. And our non-creature spells are limited to mostly ramp. Colossal Majesty is obviously a 2 mana spell, or is obviously a non-creature spell that we could have some dyssynergy, but um, I think it'll be fine. Generally, we'll have this out first, and if we don't, we'll pay 5 if we really need it. Moving on, we have Lyra, another kind of must kill. It's not necessarily that hard to kill, but she dodges Lava Coil, she dodges Lightning Strike. Um, she dodges enough removal that she's kind of tough to kill, and then you also have to. It's not really a choice. Like she'll take over the game if you just don't. Next, we got Venerated Loxodon. This is one of the ones I'm in a spot where I'm pretty sure it's good because paying 3 mana for a 4/4 is even better, and we can convoke it out for 1 mana, make our team bigger. Um, Obviously, you generally see these things in like Selesnya sort of token build because you're thinking you're going to get so many creatures out quick. That's not really what it's doing here. We're getting out quickly in other ways. And if we can buff our team, get them the level up they need to punch through damage, to beat that opposing Carnage Tyrant, or to uh, you know mirror break, so to say, because there's a lot of the same creatures in the format. It helps with that. Again, it's kind of the card I'm trying out. So there might be other threats with 4 power or greater that can benefit more from Goreclaw and from Colossal Majesty. Moving on to our top end, we have good old Carney T. Yeah, he's a lot better for 4 mana. And yeah, I mean he's just that threat in the game right now where if you can slam him early and dodge the little removal that works against him, you're probably gonna win. This is the other card I'm trying out, though I'm pretty sure it's good. I really only have it as a one of. It's hard to kill. That's the idea. It's 4 mana for a 6/6 flyer trample as long as we have our stuff going. Um, and it's hexproof. I mean, if I get in 6 and then it dies, so be it. But yeah, I'll take the tough to kill factor. Moving on to the sideboard. So we have a bunch of removal for decks that are gonna beat us out of the gate. Lava Coil is obviously really good against Rekindling Phoenix and all sorts of Phoenix Psi in the Magic World. Justice Strike, another just solid removal spell. We actually don't have any removal main board. We're kind of hoping to just um, be better than our opponents with our creatures. Our threats are really strong. But, can't win every game, so you have to have Justice Strike. Totali Honor Guard, really good against green black, really good against a lot of decks, actually. um, Deathgord Scavenger again against those mono red decks. Against, I don't think there's too much graveyard decks. I know there's a dredge deck, but yeah, it has that upside as well. You can smack some graveyards. Knight of Autumn does a whole lot. Good against aggressive. Good against random artifact enchantments. Can be a 4 power to help with our Colossal Majesty. Obviously, it doesn't really benefit a whole lot from Gore Claw, but it's alright. That's why it's in the sideboard. Banefire, just to give us a little extra edge up against control. Though I'm pretty sure control is supposed to be a good matchup, mostly because of the main board Carney Tees and all of our hard to kill stuff. Anyway, we're gonna put this into a standard gauntlet, so to speak, and see how it does.